Minasan konnichiwa und willkommen. And if you're wondering what's the current state of my videos, don't worry, I'm still writing the scripts. Right, for now, I actually have some voices to do. Mostly William Shatner from Rescue 911 and Robert Stack from Unsolved Mysteries. I'm William Shatner. Tonight on a special episode of Rescue 911, we pay tribute to these men, women, and children who are inspired to step forward in an emergency and knew how to make a difference. We begin during the holiday season of 1992 in Dover Foxcroft, Maine. Zeta and Peter Stevens and their two young daughters were getting ready for Christmas in the new house Peter had finally finished after 5 years. Within 10 minutes of the call, units of the Dover Foxcroft Fire Department arrived, led by Fire Chief Joe Coyote. Every room in the Eckerman house was severely damaged that night, including the bedroom where Dustin had been hiding. At 6:01 a.m., less than 11 hours after he collapsed from inhaling butane, 15-year-old Brad Kay was pronounced dead. After working on Arnold for 20 minutes, doctors pronounced him dead. The standoff continued late into the night. The 4 children were no longer in the truck. This series is dedicated to all the men and women who answer our calls when we need them most. I'm William Shatner. Join us again next week for more true stories on Rescue 911. Join me for another edition of Unsolved Mysteries. Perhaps you may be able to help solve a mystery. Until next time, I'm Robert Stack. Veneta, Oklahoma, a small rural town in Craig County, December 29th, 1999. Ashley Freeman turned sweet 16. At her home, it's a night of celebration for her parents and for her best friend, Laura Bible. Update. After our story aired, police received an anonymous tip that Alan Pylon had shot and killed himself in the Utah desert. Authorities located Pylon's remains and confirmed his identity through dental records. Since 1987, a man known as the Sweetheart Swindler was preying unsuspecting women, stealing first their hearts, then their money. Join me for these intriguing stories. Perhaps you may be able to help solve a mystery. When rock and roll singer Kurt Cobain committed suicide, few questioned the official ruling, but private investigator Tom Grant is convinced that the truth about Cobain's death has yet to be revealed. April 8, 1994. Music fans worldwide were horrified to learn about the tragic death of reluctant rock star Kurt Cobain. Cobain's body was found in the room above the garage of his Seattle, Washington home. Highway 50 snakes through the high Sierras, connecting Sacramento, California with Lake Tahoe, Nevada. In the spring of 1994, this remote mountain setting became the backdrop for an ominous mystery about wondrous miracle. On June 6th, a young single mother named Christine Skubish and her 3-year-old son Nick were driving Highway 50, headed for Carson City, Nevada. But somewhere along the 75-mile stretch of road, Christine and Nick vanished without a trace. In today's high-tech marketplace, more and more people are using the classifieds to buy and sell computers. In September of 1992, a music video company in Nashville ran these notices for the local trade publication, hoping to sell a top-of-the-line computer system valued at more than $30,000. At the time, it seemed inconceivable that the ads would lead to murder. Each year in the United States, more than 200,000 people become the victims of arsonists. Each fire is an individual tragedy. In many cases, victims are left not only homeless, but injured or dead. You're about to have a rare and disturbing opportunity to go inside the mind of an arsonist. An arsonist who police believe made a videotape of the fire he set. The story starts with an innocent discovery. August 18th, 1989. Near Stockton, California, A car overheated in the scorching summer temperatures. We'll call the car's owner Joseph Bia. Joseph inspected the damage when his wife and son looked on. Joseph decided that he and his son should walk to the nearest telephone. On the way, the boy noticed a camouflage jacket on the ground. Wrapped in the jacket were a videotape with no label and several audio cassettes of heavy metal music. They decided to take the videotape home. This is the actual videotape found by the Bias, and police are convinced that the person holding the camera set the fire himself. The Bia family was stunned when they realized what they were watching. The disturbing voice on the tape seemed to belong to the arsonist. The police have since enhanced videos for clarity. Joseph Bia decided to turn the tape over to the authorities. The arsonist gives a date as 1988, when TV commercials recorded onto another part of the tape verify that date. Because fire engines do arrive, it seemed very certain that somewhere where it reported this fire is on file. Update: Redwood City, California, 60 miles west of Stockton. Within minutes of our broadcast, several viewers in Redwood City called our telecenter and identified the location of the house seen burning on the videotape. The arson occurred on August 15, 1988. The house that was destroyed was under construction at the time. Today has been rebuilt. Incredibly, on the night of the blaze, Woodside Captain Don Delagis also taped the fire. Both of the teenage suspects have been pled guilty to one count of arson. Due to their age, they received probationary sentences. One of them has registered authorities to be a known arsonist until he reaches the age of 30. For over a century, renowned scientists and amateur investigators have grappled with the mystery of the Loch Ness Monster, that elusive lake creature in Scotland. Cited more than 3,000 times over the last 50 years, but never so far adequately explained. Some zoologists now actually theorize that the monster's home, Loch Ness, may be connected by underwater channels to the sea, and that the Loch Ness Monster is in fact a sea serpent of some kind, traveling back and forth between the lake and the ocean. The zoologist also theorized that hundreds of other lakes, located in the same proximate latitude band as Loch Ness, could have similar connections to the sea, and could today also be home to mysterious sea creatures. There have been reported sightings of creatures like the Loch Ness Monster in approximately 60 other lakes around the world. For example, here in Lake Georgian, Sweden, Lake Lubinki in the Soviet Union, and Lake Kushar, Japan. All these lakes belong to the same latitude band as Loch Ness in Scotland. So far, there has been no scientific verification for any of the sightings. The recent photographic evidence, the Canadian lake in the same latitude band, suggests of a bizarre but somehow enchanting thought that here in North America we may have a Loch Ness Monster of our very own. Lake Okanagan, located in the province of British Columbia, had been more than 300 years been the reputed home of a water beast which seems to resemble a sea serpent. The lake is 75 miles long and its place is 800 feet deep, an ample home for a large creature. Today, 300 years later, the local population still fervently believes in the existence of the creature which they have dubbed Ogo Pogo. They routinely sacrifice small animals in order to appease the demon. Write to Unsolved Mysteries. You be the judge. Bruce and Brandon Lee, a father and son, linked by the action-packed world of martial arts films. No criminal charges were filed. Okay, that should be enough for the video for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment. And as always, amigos, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, sayonara, adios, and arrivederci.